How's the royal family? I pray that everyone is doing well. Well, my royal family, lately I have been showing videos literally around the world pertaining to the weather. And when Farrakhan made that statement, watch the weather, wow, he was really, really on point. So I live here in Northern California, and we've been having a lot of rain, but further up north, they've been getting hit hard up by the Russian River and up there near Napa. And all I'm going to do is just show the videos, and it speaks for itself. So let's first play this first video. It's about 7 minutes.
Let's get right to some live pictures from the flood zone right along the Russian River. You can see what the water has done to inundate that town, flooding businesses and homes. A flood warning is still in effect, and Sonoma County's declared a local emergency. Days of that heavy rain pushing the Russian River into neighborhoods. Here's the very latest on the river level. The Russian River in Guerneville is expected to crest at 10 o'clock tonight, nearly 46 feet, and that would be its highest level since 1997.
3,600 people are under evacuation orders. They live in 24 communities along the river, from Jenner to Wilson Grove. That includes Guerneville, where we've seen significant flood damage. We have team coverage on this flood emergency, and we begin with Wilson Walker, who is near flooded Guerneville. Wilson?
Yeah, the town of Guerneville almost entirely underwater, but it doesn't stop there. The western end of Sonoma County has been hard hit by this flooding. Just about everywhere you go, you will run into some type of effect of this disaster. It is hard to escape it. The view from Chopper 5 shows the devastation in Guerneville. Roads are now rivers, and the only mode of transportation is by boat. Take a look at this intersection, now a dead end. The river has risen so high, 2 of the roadways now just lead to more water.
The current situation is we've got deputies in Guerneville helping people. The evacuation time really has passed. We're not able to evacuate any more people out of Guerneville because the water has risen and the roads are impassable.
These people did not evacuate. We spotted them on a rooftop, one woman sitting in her lawn chair. Now, we did catch up with one couple who did get out.
These things are fast changing, and you do need to pay attention.
This is the 3rd time we've been evacuated over the last 3 or 4 months in different parts of California, but that's life.
The force of the water that came through here strong enough to make this home crumble. You can see that the water and American flag still standing outside. And check this out, a CHP rescue chopper landed on the only dry spot in downtown Guerneville, a street surrounded by water. All right, now getting around anywhere out here is incredibly difficult. Roads are blocked for all kinds of reasons, whether it's just standing water, mudslides, trees down, you name it. It's unfolding somewhere out here. Now, we showed you Guerneville right there, which is clearly seeing the worst of this. Come back up the river a little bit, you get to a town like Forestville. Now, I went through there and ran into Craig and Jane Cochran. They pulled their canoe down their driveway and gave us a little tour of their town today.
We are on Sunridge Avenue in Forestville, right. There are many more houses. The entire town of Guerneville is underwater. They're flooded.
You're saying a lot of these houses have been raised before, but not all of them.
Yes, not all of them. Many of the houses, due to the flooding, have been raised up, sometimes two full stories, to be above even the largest floods.
All right, so you can see the result there in that little stretch of Forestville that flooded. The homes that were raised did okay. The homes that were not almost entirely submerged there. So, as you heard, not much more in the way of evacuation right now because getting around is so difficult. So there are boats and National Guard trucks out running around trying to find something, but until the water comes back, getting around is just so difficult that it's hard to get much accomplished. So we will see what happens over the next 5-6 hours as we finally hit the peak of this. Water starts to recede and maybe mobility will improve. We are live along River Road. Wilson Walker, KPIX 5.
Take a look at this sweeping drone's eye view over Rio Nito along the Russian River. Entire neighborhoods are under all of that murky floodwater. Homes and cars are submerged, and you can only see just the top halves of those trees. In the meantime,
Excuse me for that, family.
Storm Watch coverage continues with KPX5's Susie Steimel. She is near Sebastopol, where floodwaters have swamped other Sonoma County neighborhoods. Susie?
Well, Veronica, I'm standing on Highway 12 in Sebastopol, which, as you can see, is closed. It's been closed throughout the day as this flooding goes on. Normally, this connects this community to Santa Rosa and the 101. Right now, it's the site of more evacuations and rescues from the fire department. Off in the distance, to give you an idea of the rising water here, you see this yellow sign? At noon today, that was not underwater. Now it's about 2 feet underwater, and the water is still rising.
So we're getting ready to go into Flynn Street. There's apparently somebody trapped in their house.
The Sebastopol Fire Department is rescuing the stubborn.
They just don't want to leave, and we can't force them to leave. But, you know, as the water gets up into their houses, they're pretty much going to have to leave.
15 people have been pulled out by boat, others on piggyback. The total number of evacuees is a moving target, a number that's rising as the river does. The Laguna de Santa Rosa has swallowed parts of Sebastopol whole. Cars and homes are underwater. Streets are now crowded with kayakers.
Never have I seen it like this. It's scary.
Christina Mendieta and her 2 children had to be rescued after trying to stay in their home a little too long. Did you think you'd be okay until?
Yeah, I would. I was like, oh, okay, it's going to rise a little bit, but we'll be fine. We've done all we can do. We got sandbags and everything up off the floor.
Melissa Minton's business at the Barlow is taking on water. Sebastopol has been through floods like this in '86 and '95, but Melissa has only been here 5 years, and the steady march of the rising river caught her off guard.
Well, we don't have power. We're going to lose all of our perishable stuff, and what's insurance going to do, and how long is it going to take, and the cleanup. When can we open again for business?
Back out here live, here's another look at Highway 12 for you. That bridge is well underwater. It's been like that all day. Just beyond that is a mobile home park where there have been a lot of evacuations. Some people have just been wanting to stay in their homes, and the fire department is knocking on doors right now telling people it's a good idea to get out before the sun goes down. Veronica.
So, Susie, does that mean that evacuations are mandatory? And if so, where are folks being evacuated to?
So they have said mandatory evacuations in some parts of Sebastopol because there's no power, the water's rising, and they think it's just too dangerous. So in some cases, they are mandatory evacuations that are going on. There is an evacuation center down the street. It's just a half a mile from where we're standing. A lot of people from Guerneville are already in there, and there's still more space. They're expecting it might fill up tonight.
Wow, it is just devastating. Susie Steimel live for us in Sebastopol tonight. Susie, we appreciate it. Thank you. And the Napa River is also overflowing at this hour. It crested this afternoon at 26.5 feet. Now, the good news, it is dropping and should be below flood stage by 7 o'clock. We've seen trouble around Napa County all day. Oakville Grade Road between the Silverado Trail and the Napa River is closed because of high water. But that didn't stop drivers from barreling through anyway. And then just south of St. Helena, a road is closed because of this fallen tree. CHP says Zinfandel Lane to Pope Street is closed. There is no estimate for when that road will reopen.
All right, my royal family. You know what I was thinking about when they were showing this flood. Let me go back over here. This flood in that region that they live in, it always flood there. And you heard what the guy said. They didn't build the houses up higher, and the Most High is speaking, really speaking. Look at this street here, before and after. But these folks like living in these type of areas and know the risk that they take. This like the video that I showed you with the ice tsunami. Now, that's a rarity, but you know, when you living off the beachfront or anything like that, the chances of having a tsunami and taking your house out are very, very high. That's why the insurance companies are now reneging on helping these people because the risk that they are taking. Damn, these pictures are small. They don't even give it full justice. I've been in that area numerous times. A lot of white people live in that area, you know, because they're trying to get away from us. And it is what it is. So look at this. Now, look at that. Oops, no, that's wrong. I ain't gonna mess up like that. That's in Louisiana. Damn. Damn. They got war out there. That was the wrong picture. So that's what I was basically tripping off of is they keep building up there, and look at this. This looked like a possible house and a business combined, and miniature golf course. I thought it was a business, and they didn't build high, and the house is fine up here, but the business is basically taken out, and we will see more of this. February is almost over with, and we have seen since the supermoons and the blood moons as well. A lot of things have happened in the universe that is amazing. Because I showed a flood, I think it was like last week, that happened in Australia, and it's going to continue to happen. Because I keep saying to the royal family, what we will see from here on out is everything will be in biblical proportions. So it don't matter how high the enemy build their houses. Our Father is showing them who is truly in control at the end of the day. So I have one more video to show y'all. I'm gonna cut the music down on this because it sounds horrible, but it gives like a nice little tour. So let's take this music down just a bit. And they anticipating more rain too as well. Even though you see some areas that look dry, they gonna get some more rain. Jeez. Excellent aerial shot. Some businesses was spared and some wasn't. Wow. And more to come. And let's see here. One more thing I want to check as I close out what the weather is going to be like in the Russian weather over in the let's see. Okay, let's see here. What is the weather going to be like in that zone? Let me see here. 10-day weather forecast. Maybe we'll get something here. Getting a break right now, but I see Saturday, Sunday, then it skips Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, then it skips another Saturday. Damn. And that Saturday is on the 9th of March. Then they skip, and then this is a 10-day weather forecast, and then I see rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, and that's up in that same region. So they're going to get even more flooded out up there. And I'm going to continue to keep reporting the weather because I think another cold snap is getting ready to also happen back east. I think Lisa told me that today, that I can recall. So this is nothing new, my royal family, but you know, I've often said, look at everything with your spiritual eyes, and the enemy is not fully getting it. Mother Nature will truly wake you up. So, my royal family, render your voice with your beautiful divine words. And as always, my royal family, I thank you for your love. I thank you for your support. And with that said, Ashe.